What is up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands Redux, and I want to talk to you guys about something. And we're just gonna talk about something. We're gonna walk around Brighthoof and talk about what I want to see in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. A couple days ago, we did a video talking about what should not return in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. But today, I want to talk about what should return or be added into Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. So, the biggest problem with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was the Chaos Chambers. We talked about this in that video, and most of us know this anyway. So, with the Chaos Chambers, they kind of blew it out the they just went down the drain with that, because with the Chaos Chambers, you literally have to play this 100 times. You have to go through the Chaos Chambers 100 times, and that's not 100 maps. That's 100 runs that you have to do in order to actually max out your chaos level. No. Fuck that. No. No. We're in Wonderlands Redux. So look at this. If I go to Dragon Lord, we have our featured run, of course. But we have Chaos Trial. Chaos Trials, right? At Chaos level 5, it unlocks Contraband. And at Chaos 10, you unlock the ability to earn Pearlescent. This is maxed out at 10. You don't pass 10. You don't have to do to 100. You don't have to do none of that shit. With the Redux mod, you are maxed out at 10. And everything that you can earn is at 10. Which is great. Epic NNG and the team that put together the Redux mod for Wonderlands, they did this perfectly. I feel like, yes, the Chaos Chambers can return in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. But it has to be treated as if it was OP levels like in Borderlands 2. I don't want to be doing something. I've done this. I literally did the 100. I did this, okay? And a lot of people did, and a lot of people said fuck that and did not. So I respect that. I respect that not a lot of people want to do that shit. So with the Chaos Chambers, I think if they want to bring it back, which I'm pretty sure with Wonderlands 2, they are going to try to bring it back in some sort of way. I think what they should do is make it like OP levels from Borderlands 2. And don't make it completely reliant on the whole game. Like, you don't have to like go through all of these levels. Like, you can get it done 10 times, and then if you want to do Chaos Chambers, you can. But I feel like they need to change the variety up a little bit more, and maybe change up the maps a little bit more. Like, I feel like the maps are very cramped and small. I mean, they're not extremely small, but in the future, if you are bringing back this type of game or gameplay, I want it different. Maybe one large map, maybe like something like Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2, where you have like a continuous map where you can just go through the whole map and then you go to your next one. I think that will be a unique way to do Chaos Chambers. But the way we have it now, I don't think that's doing it for us. So maybe they can change that up in the future. The next thing I want to talk about, which is very different. This is very different because this is something that I'm looking at this from a D&D or Bunkers and Badasses perspective, right? When you're in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands or the Wonderlands, right? You want to feel like you are playing in a campaign of Bunkers and Badasses. I think a really cool mechanic that they can put in here is the bounty board. Now, in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, you can see here there were quests that were on this bounty board. And once the quests were completely done, the bounty board is just inactive. Like there's nothing else that can happen or be put on the bounty board. Now, we get weekly updates to the Chaos Chambers. You get weekly runs that you can do. What if they added some sort of bounty board system where, every week you get 2 or 3 bounties? 2 or 3 bounties to the bounty board every week would be really cool, and that's actually really cool weekly things that you can do that pertain to endgame. Like, it kind of feels like the game is continuous, and you can have a very large pool of this, and even after a year, you only did one of every quest, if that makes sense. Like, every week, you do 3. So, they have to make 3 times 52 quests that are specifically for the bounty board that are repeatable every year. I mean, you can do that. Every week is something new, and you've basically, in 2 years, you've only did 3 quests, the same 3 quests twice. I feel like that is something really cool and beneficial with especially with the games that they're making now. Like, you can add a lot of stuff to these games. So you can have your main story quest, your side quest, and then these bounty boards that have like specific things for, things to do around the world. And it gives you that feeling that you are in a tabletop campaign with your friends, playing Bunkers and Badasses or D&D or Savage Worlds, whatever your liking is with tabletop RPGs. Mine is Bunkers and Badasses, of course. But that is another thing I think I want to see with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. Here's another big thing. The Tavern. The Tavern's cool. I think this tavern, like Izzy's Fizzy's, is amazing. Now, I don't know if we're going to come back to Bright Hoof in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2. But if we do, I want Izzy's Fizzy's to have a little bit more, I guess, life in there. I mean, it's really cool to be in here. You have the band, you have people walking around, you have, Izzy in here. But Izzy never really leaves this spot. She's always, like, here. And there could be more stuff that we can do in a tavern. Like, a lot of your tabletop RPGs start out in a tavern, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on in taverns. I would like to see more to do with the taverns. And these are just things that we're just walking around the main hub for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. That can be completely, like, ramped up and completely redone for Wonderlands 2 and make it a masterpiece. Pertaining to the aesthetic and pertaining to all of the improvements that it can have just here at the hub. We know what went wrong with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. We know that the Chaos Chambers were just not it, and we know that the DLC was just not there. Like, it just wasn't there. So they have, like, minimal things that they really have to fix. But I'm talking about, like, improvements. I feel like Wonderlands 2 will get actual DLC. I feel like that will actually get DLC that it deserves. So I feel like Gearbox has listened to the community there in that aspect. Now, the Chaos Chambers, like I said, if they bring it back, it has to be treated as if it was OP levels in BL2. But with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands taverns, like, obviously you can see, like, everything here same. I mean, you have, like, your lost loot machine, you have your bank here. I mean, you come here for your bank. You're always in the tavern because of the bank. So there should be other things here, like maybe interactions at the bar or interactions with characters in here that goes a little further than it just does. I do want to say that Brighthoof is a amazing hub. It's huge. You have enemies that you can fight here. You also have like a bunch of exploration that you can do. There's a lot here, but there's just some improvements that can happen, and I want to see improvements that we can benefit from gameplay wise, that can make your Wonderlands 2 experience last a very long time. And I really think that bounty board system would be a really cool system to put into Wonderlands 2. Now, if Gearbox is going to listen to this video or not, or even hear me out with that, you know, that's a shot in the dark. But I think that is a good idea, because we have chaos chambers. We have the mirrors. The mirrors are basically chaos chambers masked as PLC. It was just the same thing. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see any more of that. I want to see the actual DLC. I want to see expanded worlds. I want to see more of the Wonderlands, and I want to see it more or less in a way that we got the Dragon Keep DLC. I think Dragon Keep DLC was amazing. Everybody loves Dragon Keep DLC. That's why this game exists, because of that DLC. So I really hope that I can get you guys to understand where I'm coming from with what could be added just in the main hub that could change a lot of the game as it is. And the world of Wonderlands is vast. It's vast. You can make it as big as you want because it's your story to tell. So I would like to see more of what Tiny Tina can make into her fantasy world. But I would also like to return to the Dragon Keep DLC. I would like to see that world redone and maybe go back to that world or that part of the Wonderlands with these better graphics and better gameplay, and maybe added story to it, that maybe we're not there because of the handsome sorceress, you know, like maybe we're there because something else that occurred in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. But tell me what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you have any ideas that you think could be great for Tiny Tina's Wonderlands 2? I want to know. So leave them down in the comments below. Remember to leave this video a huge like if you haven't already. Subscribe also if you haven't already. We did surpass 800 subs. We're trying to reach 1K subs. And we are also reaching our 1,000th video. That is insane. That is just nuts to think about. And we have an idea for our 1,000th episode and what we're going to do. So stay tuned for that. We're also working on our Christmas episode, which should be airing in a couple weeks, maybe the week of Christmas. Well, it's going to be the week of Christmas, but maybe not on Christmas or Christmas Eve. It might be on Christmas Eve. But yeah, I'm very excited, and I'm glad that we've been getting more people interacting with the channel. You guys are the best. Like, I swear, you guys are the best community that I can be a part of. But as always, thank you guys for checking out today's video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.